I am Adriana Ciocan. I'm from Romania.
I'm Magda. I'm also from Romania. We are from Constanța. We are teachers at Technical Energetic College from Constanța, and we are glad to be here.
I'm Beniamina Boffetti. I'm from Italy. I teach English to adults at Valle CTP.
I'm Maria Giannuzzi. I'm a teacher. I work at Maglie CTP, a public school for young and adult learners.
I'm Patricia Ayon from the Catholic University College, Limburg in Belgium.
And I'm from the same university college. I'm Guido Cajot.
My name's Elizabeth Goldman and I work for Praxis Community Projects in London.
Who you are?
Hello, my name is Fabrizio. I work at Praxis Community Projects as education and employment advisors, and I'm help students to decide to go to courses and give them information about courses we run at Praxis.
My name is Jānis Pildos. I'm from Latvia, from Riga Business College, and I am teacher.
Hello, I'm Paula Araújo. I'm from Portugal. I live in Guimarães, Santo Tirso. I'm an English teacher here at Tomás Pelai Secondary School.
Bonjour, je suis Albertina Marques. J'habite aussi à Santo Tirso, Guimarães. Je travaille à l'école Tomás Pelai et je suis professeur de français et de portugais.
Hello, I am Abílio Ribeiro from the Tomás Pelai School and I teach ICT.
Yeah. I'm Simona. I'm from Latuscia Viterbo. I'm not a teacher.
But she is the coordinator of the project. I am Alba Graziano. I'm a lecturer of English language and translation in Latuscia University in Viterbo.
Oh.
I am Pierpaolo. They say I'm the technician, and first of all, I'm the cameraman. So if there's some problem in frame, it's my fault. Bye.
My name is Susanna Ilie. Je viens de Roumanie. Je suis professeure et la directrice du Collège économique Ionghica Târgoviște. Je travaille aussi au ministère d'Éducation nationale en Roumanie. Je suis inspecteur pour la plus grande région de la Roumanie qui s'appelle Sud Muntenia.
My name is Carmen Rădulescu. I come also from Economic College from Târgoviște, and I teach social sciences.
Easy question.
Okay.
Who you are?
My name's Liz, and I'm a director of a company called the Gilfillan Partnership. We're based in London, and we do research and evaluation.
And my name's Colin. I'm another director of the same company, the Gilfillan Partnership, and we do research and evaluation.
I teach physics in my school, and my interest is to using modern technology in my classroom with my students.
Skills and interest.
Skills. I'm a teacher who always wants to be a student. So I think the most important skill is I'm always eager to learn. I'm always trying to learn, to change, to challenge me and my students. I'm a Romanian literature teacher. I teach for 16 years at my school, and my interests are related to my work with my students, so I'm always looking to cooperate with another teachers to see in what way I can change myself.
As a teacher, I welcome and listen to student training needs, and I plan courses according to them. I'm interested in food and traditions.
I'm teaching at Mali GTP for 12 years. I'm flexible and helpful with my students. As a teacher of Italian as second language, I'm interested in different culture and tradition.
I'm passionate about educational innovation, all the things, all the new ways in teaching, all student or learners-led experiences, and also, of course, all the things regarding new media and education. That's what I focus on.
I focus on teaching itself. I like to teach. I like to be with my students and learn things to them. Of course, I'm also interested in languages and ICT, but I'm not so good as Patricia in doing this.
I've been working as a teacher since 1977. I've also been a teacher, a teacher trainer, an examiner, an assessor, and I've done a variety of roles. I'm passionate about phonology, grammar, and culture.
I was working as a student support worker, and I'm interested in language acquisition and courses and for the community to improve their situation.
I give lectures in Riga Business College, and my preferred lectures is ICT and economics.
Again? Yeah. Okay. I used to be a dreamer, so my important skills are dreaming, but I'm interested in traveling, not really in space, but in time. So I'm always looking further, and that's all.
Moi, j'ai une expérience depuis 35 ans comme enseignant. J'ai une expertise comme expert dans tous les projets européens que la Roumanie a bénéficié pour le développement de l'enseignement professionnel et technique depuis 24 années. Et je suis très intéressée de participer aux projets européens, d'utiliser les nouveaux méthodes et les nouveaux techniques communicationnelles et informationnelles dans le processus de l'éducation et formation professionnelle. Aussi, je suis très intéressée de la formation des adultes.
I have been teaching for many years now, and I've also been for many years a teacher's trainer. So I'm very interested in this field, in this area. And the project was a good occasion, good opportunity for me.
I'm less serious than her. I'm just a technician. I'm very interested in ICT, in learning didactical material, and also in platforms in general. Well, of course, I'm the wizard of the platform.
Short answer. So the question is, what is your role in this project? In this project, we are the evaluation partner. That means we're looking at how the project progresses and what it achieves, whether it meets all its targets and objectives, and producing an evaluation report.
I enjoy producing the video about tradition in Salento because my students and I love traditional culture, dance, music, traditions.
Really enjoyed producing the traditions, British traditions. It was fantastically interesting. I loved it.
Oui, nos élèves, ils ont produit, réalisé une vidéo sur jésuites, bien sûr, parce qu'à Santirs, nous avons traditionnellement un gâteau qui s'appelle jésuite. Il est divulgué au niveau interne
yes,
du pays.
Everywhere we go,
yes,
if
yes.
we say we are from Santirso, they ask, did you
monde...
bring jesuitas?
Yes.
So everybody knows that.
Yes. Tout le monde nous connaît. Alors, ils ont fait à la maison. Nous sommes allés avec eux, bien sûr. Ils sont des adultes. Alors, nous sommes allés avec eux en famille. Ils ont produit, ils ont expliqué enregistré tout le processus et à la fin, nous nous sommes assis à table avec la famille, avec eux, et nous avons goûté les jésuites qui ont été faits particulièrement. Ce n'est pas comme les autres, mais ils sont quand même très bons. Je les conseille.
Moi, je préfère le vidéo qui a présenté le marché traditionnel en Roumanie. C'est un marché pour vendre les produits artisanaux et traditionnels. C'est un lieu de rencontre pour tous les producteurs et tous les hommes qui sont intéressés de la manufacture en Roumanie.
I think one of the skills I was looking for was a teacher as a researcher, teacher as a competent person to teach, who looks for studies, for researching. I like the pedagogy wheel that Patricia shared with us. I like all the methodological studies and discussions. So I think research is the most important for me.
Yes, you start.
Yes, I start. What I've learned that there are different kind of teachers in Europe, and there are different skills used in teaching in Europe, and that is interesting. Even if I have a complete different kind of teaching, then I see how teachers do it elsewhere.
To me, the working with, or the combination with Moodle, but also the creation of films, it was quite new. But also the you have this knowledge clip, and what do you do in class? So the whole flipped class concept, I experimented with it, and well, it posed lots of questions, and I really liked the challenge of answering these questions. So from a pedagogical point of view, you had to create quite a lot of new ways of teaching, and that's what I really liked, and well, what I've learned.
I've been informed about the existence of flipped classes, which I ignored, and the methodology of storytelling, which has really fascinated me, and I think I'm going to try and develop this in my teaching, even at university. And of course, we were all a lot updated on the possibility that technologies offer us.
So why is project evaluation important? It's important at a number of levels, I think. At the internal project level, it's important that partners are able to work out how they're making good progress or otherwise, where they need to improve or how they can improve. And at the end of a project, what in technical jargon terms might be called summative evaluation, it's very helpful for them to work out how they've got on and how the project has made progress towards achieving its objectives. What would you have to say about project evaluation, Liz?
I would add that it can be helpful to know what difference a project has made, and evaluation can play a very important role in helping to determine what the impacts have been from the work that has been undertaken.
Thank you, Liz. That's a very helpful reply.
At the beginning, my students were very, very, very enthusiastic. They created their own knowledge clips. They tried out creating knowledge clips using different devices. They were very immersed in this whole new way of learning. But after a while, they started to question this method, and they wanted to link it to their concept of being a student, being a learner, and the concept of what a teacher should do. And there were quite a lot of critical questions being asked, and those critical questions, of course, allowed me or invited me or challenged me to rethink the model and to remodel the way in which I offered or facilitated their learning, their way of learning?
Yes. It was a little bit strange for them because our adult students, they are not used to all these things. They want teachers to be the leaders, to tell them what to do, what is important, what is not important, what they should do, more than a guide. They want, after a day of work, they also want to stay quietly, just listening. And this was not easy to do with them because they had to actually participate, make something, decide on things, and that's why it was a little bit difficult. Difficult to make them understand that there are different ways of teaching and different ways of learning language and learning how to talk to other people, how to work with all these ICT tools. Most of them did not know anything about Logster, Facebook. Maybe they have heard about that because of their children, but not actually worked with these things. They were eager, in fact, to meet all these teachers, all these strange teachers coming from different countries. They wanted to talk to them, to know things about their own country, and that was also an important point. This meeting was very, very important for our students.
Oui, je crois que tu as été superbe. Je n'ai rien à dire. Je ne sais pas si tu as quelque chose à dire.
I think this is motivating to learn English.
To learn
good
English,
motivation.
Yes.
They found them very interesting and using in classroom activities and for self-learning.
They found them exciting, stimulating, and fun.
This question is, what can an evaluation tell project partners that they don't already know? So we think an evaluation partner can be really helpful in a project because where partners are very focused on the delivery of the project or the management of the project, they don't always have time to reflect on what is being learned through the project processes. And an evaluation partner can help to reflect back on the learning from the project. An evaluation partner also, because they're not so preoccupied with the delivery of the project, they can take more time to look at the bits of the project that are challenging and also to look at what are the achievements of the project, which again, when you're the partner that is delivering or managing the project, you don't always have time to do this yourself.
It might be worth just adding that an evaluation partner can provide a more objective look at how a project is doing, and it's often much easier for somebody who's not involved, as I think Liz has been saying, who's not involved directly in the delivery of the project, to be able to see a broader picture, perhaps, and to challenge and be a critical friend, I guess, to help the partnership to keep itself on track. And perhaps even to push and challenge itself to move beyond where it originally set out to go. I think that's helpful.
The most interesting thing for me was the fact that Britain is such a diverse culture, and to decide what British culture is a very political issue in Britain at the moment, and very interesting and very challenging. So it was interesting to me to meet people from cultures which are less diverse, where there's more homogeneous culture.
I think it was very interesting to learn about their history and traditions, and going to Romania was very interesting to learn about the Romanian people, because I never had contact with Romanian people in the past. And as well, going to Portugal, food was fantastic, and I learned about other education systems in Europe, and how schools are run and what are they. I learn how schools are run and what people learn and how is a different education system in Europe.
I give new knowledge about Romanian cultures, but especially I like Portugal's cultures and Italian cultures. It's new for me, and I enjoy situation in Portugal and in Italy.
Nous avons appris beaucoup de choses vis-à-vis de la culture d'être partenaire dans ce projet européen. Et moi, je préfère toutes les cultures parce que ce sont très intéressantes et parce que toutes les cultures donnent la possibilité de connaître le peuple et les hommes qui habitent dans ces pays, tout ce qu'ils veulent faire et tout ce qu'ils pensent et qu'ils désirent. Et pour ça, c'est très intéressant. A été un projet où nous avons eu la possibilité de connaître toutes les cultures de notre partenaire. Et ça a été très intéressant.
Did you learn anything about learning to learn by teaching from this project? Yes, I think we learned a great many things from this project. My background is vocational education and training, which is perhaps less developed in some ways than teaching as a whole. And often we have seen language being used as a tool to help with other things, like doing a job or learning how to do a job and things like that. The techniques that people have been using in this project have been incredibly interesting from my perspective as vocational education and training, not a specialist, but somebody who's interested in that area particularly, because it's shown that there are many ways and many different ways of developing flexible ways where learners can develop their skills for themselves. And although the role of the teacher in this project has been, I think some people have called it flipped from teacher to learner, and there's a lot of learner-centered activity, I think it's very intriguing to see that actually the teacher or the facilitator or whatever you call them is at the center of the learner's learning. However you design the learning around them, they still remain at the center, and without them the learner, I think, is likely to be struggling. So that is a very interesting point for me in particular. Do you have anything, Liz, to add to that? No, Liz doesn't have anything to add to that. So, yeah.
Yes, of course. I learned a lot from my students coming from all over the world.
Yes, I did, because during the activities, my student and I were both learner and teacher according our skills.
Learn to learn by teaching. I still don't understand what exactly means this. Is it learning to learn by teaching? Is it learning to teach by learning? I think Patricia knows exactly what it means.
I hope I can give an answer to that.
Yeah.
Learning to learn by teaching is that the students, but also the teachers, teach, and in preparing to teach your colleagues, your peers, you learn because you have to be able to know. You have to know what you're going to teach. So in a way, we asked our students to teach about their culture, food, about their traditions, and about music and dance. And in teaching, they had to research, they had to find ways of communicating about it. And as they had to find ways to do this, they had to learn to be able to do this. So as they became the teacher, they had to become a learner first. And we teachers, we experienced, as we wanted to teach them this method, that we had to become learners as well. because we had to learn Moodle, but also iMovie, Shazam, all the iPad applications which we've been using. So we have become teachers, learners as well, because otherwise we couldn't teach this new method. So in a way, we all became learners and, in a second phase, teachers. And that's the idea, the concept of the whole new method. And of course, digital media helped us to realize, to create this new method. That's the whole. So learners become autonomous. They learn outside of a class because they go to experts outside school. And they learn this because they want to teach us about it. And the knowledge clips is their way of teaching us. And that's what that's the method we realize.
I hope this is clear for everybody.
I learned to be more open. I learned to look at my students differently. I learned to think that a teacher is something that changes each day, every day. I learned that I will always learn. I learned that learning is a process that implies emotions, that implies inner changes, that implies inner strategies. And I think it's the most important thing I should remember from this project.
This question is, what has been the most interesting thing about this project for you? There have been lots of things about this project that are very interesting. One of the most interesting things for us has been to see how the partners have worked together to develop more shared understandings of different concepts, which is always a big challenge in projects like this, especially where you have partners who are coming from different sorts of institutions and different backgrounds. And in this partnership there have been community educators, university teachers, secondary school teachers, so they're coming from very different backgrounds with different understandings, maybe from the beginning, of what learning to learn by teaching might be. And I think that over the course of the 2 years of working together, there has been more moving together in terms of understanding the concepts. I think, for an example, at the beginning, in the early activities that the partners were doing, there was a great deal of divergence. So for the knowledge clips, for example, everybody was asked to make 3 knowledge clips, and everybody went away and all the partners did that, but some people made 3 knowledge clips, some people made 6 or 7, some people made very short knowledge clips, 30 seconds, some people made films that lasted for 15 minutes, some people made them in English, some people made them in other languages, some people made them with no language at all. So they were very different, the products were very different. It's not a problem, but it illustrates, I think, that there were very different understandings of what the task, of how to approach that task. And then by the time we come now towards the end of the project, and the partners went away to do the testing of the activities that had been developed by other partners, and when they were reporting back in the meeting that we're just here now having in Portugal, they reported back in very similar ways. They had tested the product, the activities in very similar ways, because now, after 2 years of working together, they have got a very close, I think, and shared understanding of what the tasks involve. And that, for me, has been very interesting to see that develop.
And perhaps I can add that, quite apart from the content side of the learning that the partners have undergone, it's been fascinating. We saw yesterday in the Oporto Stock Exchange, or the previous stock exchange, on the ceiling, a pluribus unum, out of many is one. Perhaps we're not quite there yet, but what we have learned is that there are many different cultures in the partner countries, but actually they have so many things in common, far more things in common than there are differences. And I'm sure that's true of so many aspects of life in the European Union. And I think that's a very heartening thing for the future.
I really I will do this in the future. I want to do this because some of my students already are making some papers and going to try this even in primary school, flipping the classroom, because I think that will be the future. We have to do this more, Patricia.
I think so. I really hope we can continue this way of teaching, but also this developing. And I've also contacted people outside our university college who are willing to cooperate with us and try this flipped class, this whole new idea. So I think we will be informing our colleagues as well.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, we are going to
We're going to do it.
I'm sure I will, because I'm going to be working on an e-learning, a VLE, a virtual learning environment platform soon, with one project, and with the language gym on another. So I'm sure I'm going to put my new skills to good use.
Yes, I think I will continue. It's something I enjoy, and I have a lot of background about different systems and methodologies, and I will use them in the future.
You will continue with this methodology, or not?
Well, I think so, of course, because it helps me solve some problems, and it will help motivate my students a lot more, even at the university level. And it's good to communicate to teachers.
So something is changing?
Yeah, we hope so. I have adolescent kids, and I still do hope that the world of the school will become better.
We hope so. Cross our fingers.
Mi-a plăcut foarte mult tot ce am făcut, a fost foarte interesant. Mi-ar plăcea să-mi văd prietenii pe care mi-am făcut în acest proiect și cred că este una dintre cele mai bune modalități de a învăța. Cred că, așa cum unul dintre partenerii din proiect spunea, ar trebui să fie la fel de interesantă și de interactivă învățarea și pentru elevi, fie că sunt adulți sau minori.
Três tristes tigres. Fui ao mar, colhi cordões. Vim do mar, cordões colhi.
O rato roeu a rolha do garrafão. Do garrafão. O rato roeu a rolha da garrafa do rei da Rússia.
You have to repeat it. Say it again.
Ok. O rato roeu a rolha da garrafa do rei da Rússia.
Omul cât trăiește învață. Traducerea titlului proiectului.
I should translate what Adriana said, you know. She said, it is a quotation in Romanian language, the man is always learning as long as he or she lives. So she thinks this should be the subtitle of the project. Learning to learn by teaching, on the man is always learning. Okay.
Il progetto ha valorizzato la lingua, la comunicazione e l'uso delle tecnologie. Questo è molto importante per promuovere la cittadinanza europea e per facilitare gli scambi di cittadini europei.
Ho trovato questa esperienza molto interessante, soprattutto perché ho potuto confrontarmi con gli altri partner europei sulle metodologie più adeguate per l'insegnamento agli adulti.
Questo progetto ha valorizzato lingue, culture, metodologie e noi pensiamo che sia importante promuovere la cittadinanza europea.
È stata un'esperienza molto interessante perché mi ha permesso di confrontarmi con i colleghi degli altri paesi europei riguardo le metodologie più adeguate all'insegnamento e apprendimento degli adulti.
So for our Flemish and Dutch speaking colleagues, het omgekeerd lesgeven of het flipped class gaat niet over gekke leerkrachten, maar het gaat over een andere manier van lesgeven. Een manier waarin dat het informatieverwerven thuis gebeurt en waarin de activiteiten in de klas gebeuren. En ik hoop dat jullie willen meedoen aan ons nieuw project.
Ik hoop eigenlijk hetzelfde, maar ik ben niet zo'n believer als Patricia. Ik denk dat we nog een hele weg te gaan hebben, maar ik wil er wel voor werken. Dus ik hoop dat het mogelijk wordt in Vlaanderen.
What does it mean?
I'd like to thank all the partners for their hospitality and generosity. They've all been kind. We've had a lot of fun as well as hard work. And hard work should always be fun, which is what I tell my learners. and I'd like to thank them very much for everything they've shown us. It's just been fascinating seeing such a wide range of different people, customs, countries. Thank you very much, everybody. I've really enjoyed it.
I think I made new friends in Europe, and people was very, very nice, and they took a lot of time to show us their traditions. And I hope to work with all of you in the future again.
I'm from Latvia because my native language is Latvian, and then I say something about project in Latvian. Šis projekts ir ļoti interesants un ļoti labs, lai iegūtu jaunas zināšanas mācoties. Iznāk tā, ka mēs mācoties mācām un paši kaut ko iegūstam, lietojot visu šo te metodoloģiju.
Nu ignora niciodată lucrurile mici. O lumânare va face întotdeauna ceea ce soarele nu poate face, să lumineze în întuneric.
Eu voi spune ceea ce am spus și ieri, că cel mai important lucru pentru mine este să fii fericit. De aceea numesc Colegiul Economic Ionghi ca un loc, ne place să spunem asta, că este locul în care zilnic 1300 de elevi și 80 de profesori se întâlnesc pentru a fi fericiți.
Três tristes tigres. Fui ao mar, colhi cordões. Vim do mar, cordões colhi.
O rato roeu a rolha do garrafão. Do garrafão. O rato roeu a rolha da garrafa do rei da Rússia.
You have to repeat it. Say it in
Ok. O rato roeu a rolha da garrafa do rei da Rússia.
Rica nu știa să zică râu rățușcă rămurică, dar de când băiatul învață poezia despre rață, știe bine ca să zică râu rățușcă rămurică.
Sopra la panca la capra campa, sotto la panca la capra crepa.
Il leccese. Lo sindaco de Brucacce ci va a Lecce e Cattalacce. E lo sindaco de Lecce a Brucacce non c'è lacce. Se a Brucacce via lacce, non vieni a Lecce e Cattalacce.
I have a tongue twister. De kat krabt de krullen van de trap.
Wacht, ik moet die nadenken. Wilde Willem wijzer wezen bij wilde Willem
Tongue
wijzer.
twister. She sells seashells on the seashore. The shell she sells are seashells, I'm sure.
Pablito clavó un clavito, que clavito clavó Pablito.
Round and round the rugged rocks, the ragged rascal ran.
She show, shai.
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled pepper. Where's the pack of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked?
Very good.
Deci cu 6 saci, nu? 6 saci în 6 saci.
33 tentrini entrarono a Trento, tutti e 33 trillellando.
Cingenama shisha gin, cingenama shin, cingenama shin.
Se l'arcivescovo di Costantinopoli si disarcivescovis costantinopolizzasse, vi disarcivescovis costantinopolizzereste pure voi come si è disarcivescovis costantinopolizzato lui?
Rooster. Kukurigu. This is the rooster in me. Kukurigu. Yes, this is more correct.
In our language, the rooster goes cock-a-doodle-doo. Actually, a bit shriller than that. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Kikeregu. It's a Latvian rooster. Say.
Kukurigu.
And now, the rooster.
Kikiriki!
Kokoroko!
Which are your skills and interests?
Which are my skills and interests? I'm passionate about educational.
Non guardare me, don't look me. Let's
All right.
try again. You have to
Okay, the
look
first
at the
question
camera.
is, what is your role in this project? In this project, we are the evaluation partners.
That is correct. What am I going to say?
You can say
I'm not
what-
going to argue with that. Do you want me to argue
The
with
question
you?
is, what is your role in this project? In this project, we are the evaluation partners. What does that mean, Colin?
That means that our role is to
Next question. Colin will answer the question, why is project evaluation important?
Yes. Why is project evaluation important? Well, it's important for
Say something, everything you want, just for test the voice recording.
Yes, we hate sitting here in front of the camera with the lights on. It's very scary.
This means we love it.
We are the coordinator of this project, and also we try to manage the platform, and we try to help teachers to create material and to create something that has to be a
Tongue
record.
twister? Do you want a tongue twister? Also, okay. No, I haven't got anything else. Apart from a tongue twister, I have. Okay. She sells seashells on the seashore. Did she? Oh no! Okay.
Don't you have any Scottish ones?
Wait, we have a. I do have a few, but are they not repeatable?
Go on, no one's got
Certainly not on film. No way. Okay.
I'm Beniamina Boffetti. I'm from Italy. I teach English to adults at Mallet CTP.
I'm Maria Giannuzzi. I'm a teacher. I work as a Dutch member.
Yes. No, not only me. No. Question? It's Monday.
So why is project?
I did something wrong, I think. Okay.
I agree what she...
It's the easy way to answer, you know? I agree.
And for next...
Yes, I use this methodology and by improve my English skills, I learn. No.
How is that possible?
That's correct. First one, say a tongue twister in your lens. And second one, how the rooster is in your lens.
A tongue twister.
Our Journey. This is a small poem about labels for teachers. I used to be a teacher, but now I am a learner. A learner is a teacher who isn't a big earner. I used to be a teacher, but I found out much later I wasn't just a teacher, but a facilitator. Whatever terms and labels and titles that I used, I only know that now I feel totally confused.